Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Last time, we figured out what the machine in this tower does. Killed everyone in this whole fucking part of town and binded their spirits to their corpses in probably...
Hey.
I gotta admit, it's kind of like an original way to do zombies, I think. Oh, there we go. Proceed to the bottom. That was nice of them. I thought I had to go through all those fucking load screens again. But yeah, I don't think I've ever played a game. I mean, I've obviously played games before with zombies in them. It's just, I don't think I've ever played a game with zombies like this, where, like, they just straight up died, they came back, maintained their humanity, but slowly lose their humanity as they decay. Which is really, it's really interesting to me. Like, it's just a weird way to do it. I've always had, like, you know, zombies are spread by infection, or zombies are, just risen from the ground, just magical zombies, whatever. This is a different change of pace. I like that. That's really good. You can't this house. Come on. There we go. Now we're going to kill Acantha. Hopefully. Because this bitch has the runes to shut off the machine. And we're not getting this guy food. I'm not giving him anything he would want to eat. I bet that was probably one of the options. Like if I saved that little girl and told the little girl to run towards the tower. Oh, I already looted the shit out of her house. That's right. I need the words that operate the Ingwithan machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
Am I soul reaching right now? I see a little wispy glow. Excuse me.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
The problems at Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry. Oh my god, hold on, I gotta clear my throat. Oh, sorry about that. It just, like, all of a sudden I had a sharp, like, prick in the back of my throat, and it just hurt. I don't know where the hell that came from. Alright, problems in Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry. Humble album is now demonstrating the value of your research. Tell me the tower's name. Yeah.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
I thought those machines are built to stop souls from going into new bodies.
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
I'd release them? I'm gonna release them, yeah.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting the shape something that writhes and squeals within her. Here I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it for yourself? Tell her, Jody, it's an entire language at your fingertips and she hides it away. Extinguish her pride? I'm sorry, what? You're dead. Why does any of this matter? Can I reach inside of her and extinguish her fucking pride? Is that what this glowy part is? I feel like her pride is the only thing that's really keeping her, like, sane. Right? Like, if she loses her pride and she doesn't care about herself, then she's gonna stop wanting to, like, eat and do whatever, and then she's gonna lose her fucking mind. We're gonna go rational. Because my research will outlive me, I'll have time and opportunity enough to accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. And who will know about it? Hoarding knowledge is pointless. You can't leave the souls imprisoned. Oh. Her pride blazes. I'm gonna have to crush her fucking pride. All I've learned, years of studying the Ingwithian language, no one understands it better than me. That accounts for something. One day that knowledge will die with you. Fuck it, I'm just gonna crush this woman's pride. You force your essence around the burning lump inside her, but it scorches you. Your flesh is whole and unmarked when you draw back, but it is nevertheless stings the memory of heat. Knowledge... Oh, God, I couldn't fucking extinguish it. Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. False sentiment. Knowledge is meaning. It has no external purpose. You bitch. Your opportunities are infinite. Or, sorry, not infinite, finite. Her pride hisses and sputters. It's a little more than an ember now. Yes, you're wrong. But there's no conviction or force. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That'll give me something. So it's weak now. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure your legacy lives on. Yeah, teach me. Quench her pride. All that remains is a blackened diamond hard rock. You cast it away where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours.
Yay! I didn't have to do a horrible thing.
These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temple, and you feel her reaching into your mind. Oh, good. Forming images from the darkness, runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You see the vast arrays of runes, far more than Ikintha has ever showed you, and you know their sound and meaning and how they fit together. The language of the Ingwith is once more at your command. Hooray!
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge, then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
Hooray! A speaker of dead tongues now, and he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in a matter of few moments. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. Yeah! Holy shit! All I have to do is have some zombie lady touch my forehead softly, and I learn a dead language. I kind of wish real life was like that, but not really, what with the dead lady part. What do I do with the tower now that I know these words? You said the tower around the Deerwood constructed to move souls. Why would the Ingwithians want to do that? I mean, how do you know so much? I know, she... Explain how the controls work. Okay, that's going to be the important one, but let's go around this.
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
If only we could get all the Animancers together in one place, perhaps we could destroy all their souls as well. Thank you, Durance! Hypothetically, anywhere they wish, the real question is always why. To intermix them with a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields, to collect them like butterflies under the glass, to melt them down for raw essence, unfortunately, I don't know. Perhaps they didn't build a machine to tether souls. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Ingwithians as a master of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attempted or attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment. Tell me how it works. Harnessing the power of Tenno is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meaning. You can speak them and the tower shall obey. Okay. Tower. Manifest unto me a ham sandwich. Right? Like, if I can just tell the tower what I want it to do, maybe I could just be like, collapse under yourself. Or, fuck yourself. Oh, it's daytime. Fuck yourself, tower. Fuck yourself royally. You know what? If I can read that language now... What was it? Not Cadenua. Caliban Relag? There was all that shit that was in there that I couldn't read before. I bet I could go back and read that if I wanted. I don't know if I'm going to, because it feels like it's not going to be anything important, but still. At least if I ever go to a new ruin like that, I'll at least know what the walls say. Alright, let's go up and see this little asshole. Go to the top. I don't think there was anything in here I couldn't read. Alright, bitch, I'm back, and I do not have food for you. Looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, gross, and sores have eaten away at patches of his skin and joints. A strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
The tentative It doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. Gross. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. Great. What did that just add as an amendum? So when I try to talk to him, if I want his help, I'll need to send a victim to him. Not going to do it. Don't want his help. I will figure it out myself. A jagged Adra pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you now understand. You recognize the words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription in the manner in which you turn the dial as means a throttling device. Choose end, maximize the machine's throttle in hopes of overloading the device, or leave. Choose end. As the command sinks, word leaves your lips, the dial sinks into the Adra under your hand. Something like a thunderclap sounds overhead. The glow fades from the machine, falls dormant, defines by a minor positive. Yay! I shut it off. Are you gonna die?
Still and silent. It's finally over.
A supplicant has arrived. Fuck you, dude. I don't know you.
Still.
Total quest experience. Cool. So, let's take a look at that. Undying Heritage is done. Awesome. So we can either do The Man Who Waits or The Hermit of Hadrit House. I feel like I got this one first. Let's do this one. Show me a vision of a place of misery and madness. Speak to the head. Should confer with the head warden of the sanitarium. Eltham. Cool. Of Brackenbury Sanitarium. Well, we're done here. Fuck that shit. Go down to the bottom. Actually, I should probably see what that thing is here for the stronghold. Alright. Herbus is still going out to free slaves. Supplicant, leaving in 3 days, 24 hours. If I ignore him, I lose 3 prestige. Send escort. Can I send an escort? Or I could just give him 270 gold. I'm gonna pay him off. Fuck it. Screw you, dude.
Hey.
That's bullshit that people can just come into my house and be like, hey, help me or lots of bad things are gonna happen. Fuck that dude. Alright, so now I gotta find the sanitarium. Where the hell is this supposed to be? I mean, everything's supposed to be in the city. Brackenberry. Oh, I gotta go down here. Brackenberry. Cool. Oh, that's strange. How did I not loot this guy?
Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
Loot? There we go. Hey, worthless people. There, that's the nice man who helped me. Hey, Seda. Thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out of the keep. Yay! Oh my god, yay! How much? What's... Hold on, character. Defiance Bay. Faintly good. Oh, thank god. Overwhelmingly good. Faintly good. That's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. Now, maybe the people in the keep will want to help me. The tower is off. Does it mean the curse of Heritage Hill is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I guess I just moved the tile around on the machine in the tower. Defiance Bays. Oh, I better get a manor in Brackenbury for this. Yes. I said on the district inn, but at least we can get started restoring it. Yay! Okay, we're going to the first fires, and now I have to go from the first fires to fucking Brackenbury. Excuse me. Character will be maimed or killed. I don't know if my characters can die with the difficulty that I have the game on. I still have the game on lore mode, which means there's lots of enemies, but the enemies are weak. I think? I don't know how that really works. Brackenbury. Wasn't that a show? I feel like Brackenbury was a show. On Comedy Central. I think that's what it was. I think that was the name of it. God, that's gonna drive me fucking crazy now. Alright. So is this the rich part of town? And if this is the rich part of town, why is there a sanitarium here? Sanitarium, Andres Guild, Hadrat House. House Dunamutul. Raymont Manor, Charred Barrel, Copper Lane. The fuck was that? Animancer, what up, bitch? Why? What's so interesting?
Good day to
Nedian?
you.
I'm rather busy. What are you busy with? Tell me with yourself. Fine, fuck you then. I'm studying soul attachment. We all know souls are moved on people at birth. Makes them stick. Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole spate of soul-related ailments, including Hollowborn. But if we understood how to reattach souls, we could end Wadewynn's legacy, maybe even conquer death. That's a theory. Unfortunately, I don't have any research to put it into practice. Manuscript called The Theorems of Pandragam. It contains research from blah blah blah. Or a daring animancy text. Not something generally circulated among novices, nor easy to get a hold of. I wonder if we might have a peek at it. The theorems would advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Gramada, the High Archivist, worships whale and means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. Since she's not exactly a proponent to animancy, she tends to restrict the kind of information that would be useful to me. Sorry to hear that. We spill my troubles. Anything else? I'm gonna leave you alone.
Hey.
I don't much care for what you were trying to talk about. A lot of animancers here. Why are there so many animancers? Okay. Sanitarium guard. Oh, it's not a sanitarium as in like a mental fucking hospital. It's a sanitarium in that they're all so stolen or centered by a baywalk. As you can see, the patient is unresponsive, common after soul trauma. There's a small stone upon the face's forehead. Souls were recovered near his body. We used the stone as a vessel for the transfer. Oswin? Wait. Was Oswin from the beginning of the game? Sushi has permanent side effects. He tugs at his bonds. Wasn't... I want to say Oswin was the...
Greetings.
Was Oswin the guy who ran the caravan? Who was I supposed to talk to? Speak to the head warden. Ethelmore. You are not Ethelmore. I do not care about you. Ethelmore. What the fuck? Can you talk to this? Yo! It's a fucking statue! I would have never found that. Well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down and unblinking over his shoulder, harried academics pestered by a hopeful desperate. A strong warmth emanates from what you would sense from across the room. There's a human soul stored beneath the stonework. The fuck? It's been some time since a watcher graced these halls. I'm envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work and life. Now, what is it you have brought to my sanitarium? You may have a member of the Leaden Key in your midst. I'm curious to know how to come about present state. Tell me about the Leaden Key. I could have done without hearing that today. Many of their intrusions have been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity is struck on its own. But few or less their skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Leaden Key as well, I take it. They have something I need. They're up to something, and I'm trying to determine what. I don't like what they stand for. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. They're always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? We suspect it's a patient. I won't know until I've met them. It would be unwise to consider anyone above suspicion. Very well. In that case, I'd recommend you to speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. Sure. What do we do in Awakenings? Why is that something I can ask a lot of people? All the way from to study them. Cool. Look for Bella Sage. He gave me a name. I bet that's the person I need. I was old, and it seemed wrong for me a lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely, all that experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it will be in spite our condition. Of that I am quite sure. To live on as part of something, I helped build what seemed to be a better legacy than nature had in store. To transfer itself was quite simple as our techniques go, and for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in my scholarly efforts here. Now and then one of our animancers will humor me and consult me over some problem, but they are a jealous breed and are often too afraid to collaborate. If you are considering it yourself, I can only tell you it isn't for the easily bored. Nice.
Hey.
So, I have to talk to animancers. What up, dude? Come back here. Who the fuck are you? Animancer. Do I need to just pick someone with a name? Step back. So apparently, I saw this in a thing, gold names like this are backers. Or Kickstarter backers. So these people will have nothing to say to me. Those are just stories.
Ready, Watcher.
No,
Hey.
damn it. I want to know what they're saying. Should I talk to this dude now?
Good day to you.
He's an essence of a mere whisper. What is? Emily. I feel like I know this dude. I don't know what I'm looking for. I guess we're just gonna go downstairs and talk to people down there? If there's gonna be a creepy dude, he's gonna be in the basement. That's just like status quo for creepy people. Am I gonna fight somebody in here? I can't imagine why I'd need to. Then again, I gotta attack in the middle of the fucking streets. Ooh. Sanitarium guard. Why are you guarding that door? Okay, we'll just go through all the doors. Belisage, you are the weird one they were talking about. Let's close the door behind us in case I need to murder you.
Hello.
Woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into you. Ikasi, here I am, looking hard for answers in my research that I do not see the kith standing before me. What can I do? For an expert on awakenings, apparently. It would be me, though the lack of research subject has made me sort of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer Animancy's success into buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened, but I need subjects, and amidst the most patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy To have come so far with nothing. I may know someone. I'll return when I have him with me. Do verses? Please bring him as soon as you can. My door's... Oh! Oh, this is for my wizard friend. Oh! Because he's got the other person inside him. Fuck. That's what that is. Okay. Okay. I study awakenings, sublimating pre-awakened souls. Fuck. That's who she is. I'm an awakened. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study, I'm afraid. I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest in alternate personas in the host. Fuck. I know who she is. I know... I think Alof's busy. I think Alof's doing stuff right now. Scored with claw marks. Okay, that's cool, I guess. That door's already open. Mordred. That sounds like an evil name. His lips just what was supposed to do with mingled perplexity and irritation. Has anything unusual been happening here? Nothing is usual down here. Great. Although now that I speak with the patients seem more agitated lately, but they're Caedmon Elzo's responsibility, not mine. Is there anything else? What are you working on? My area of focus is wicks. Yeah, what the fuck is a wick? Hollowborn received a transplanted animal soul during infancy, one of the animatsy's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not a successful one. They show signs of developmental abnormalities throughout childhood, but when they reach adolescence, they become aggressive and feral. It's still the victim's need of care. Yeah. Swallow a whole generation of children. Despite the controversy, we only went so far because at first it seemed to work, but people call it salvation. Children who never thought had been more responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings, of their families. The complications don't begin until puberty, but that's when the incompatibilities between the body and soul take shape. Children become violent and ravenous. Ugh, children of the corn kind of shit. But we paid dearly for our mistake, I promise you. The angry mobs hunted down animancers and burned down their homes, with them inside, often as not. A grotesque manipulation, a desperate solution for a desperate problem, and the parents were heartbroken and betrayed. But it was important to try something, was it not? To bring hope, even if it wasn't for a little while. People took to calling it the cruel salvation, while many loathed us for it. We wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged us for our help, and we did the best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. I understand completely. Yeah. Cool. What a dick. The man who waits? Caedmon Elzo. That's who I want to look for. If I can find a Caedmon Elzo, we win. Ripley! Oh my god, are there aliens?
How do you do?
A young Orlon woman traces her fingers along the stuff, the books. You're the assistant. Okay, he wants to know more about that, but he's in the middle of an busy with some patients. He's experimenting on people. What the fuck? See him until he comes out of the patient ward. I need to go back to work. Is he running some sort of experiment? I'm just an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. How do I get in there? It's the head warden does too, but he's, a statue now. What are you doing here? Yeah, what do you do here? Simple enough. So, they're probably not going to let me in here.
I see where you're going with that. Give me a real challenge.
Patient records. Subject is female, mid-40s, awakened to a past life as a serial murderer in which she now frequently emerges as the soul's dominant personality. Subject vacillates between violence and severe depression resulting from guilt of past deeds. Weak candidate for present research. Subject is male, approximately early 30s, powers of speech absent, presumably as a result of overfragmentation of his soul. As such, he is the ideal subject for patient research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic. I have yet to enlist the aid of the guards transporting here for more recent procedures. Idle Man. The Midnight Man? Subject is male, mid-20s, displays acute disassociation and paranoid delusional tendencies, causing anger and extreme violence. Dangers of working with the subject preclude possibility of further use in present research. Uskrim. Subject is male, approximately 17 years of age, admitted for episodes of catatonia, followed by occasional violent outbursts. Initial analysis of soul revealed severe fragmentation and essence deficiency. Said deficiency all but eliminates the possibility of utilizing the subject in present research. Taking those. What's this? Note from Mazzo. Ripley, I require more copper tubing for my next experiment. Do not requisition it from the sanitarium stores. I do not have the time to deal with the head warden's inevitable questions. Yo! Why would you not use the facilities granted to you? Alright. Well, we figured out who the fuck's doing it. It's this fucking Alzo guy. Now if I could just figure out how to swap party members. Oh, I have to do that at an inn. Shit. I need my wizard, and I need my wizard to go talk to that shit. Alzo's running experiments. Given Alzo is charged with patient welfare now, he's not authorized to run any more experiments. He'll be in his office or in the patient wards. I'm granting you immediate access so you can go find him. No doubt you will wish to speak with him further on this matter. I, for one, am curious to figure out what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There's a few dangerous cases. I would also ask that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have enough troubles as it is. Cool. Now I get to go into the patient ward. Every now and then these tip things are something useful, but for the most part they're not. I'm always trying to read the tips that go in the load screens, just so I can... Whoa! Unworn path added. The quest expires in 3 days. What? Among the kind wayfarers, in the event that the member of the order dies of natural cause, it is customary for the paladin to request burial in a dangerous place that is difficult to reach. In fulfilling their lost comrade's request, the other kind wayfarers now forge paths the others may easily follow. When the elder paladin Aldrim Defar died, his brothers and sisters set out to Red Flower Lake in a remote eastern part of Red Sarius, but they never reached their destination. With a few kind wayfarers left in that part of Eastern Reach, the Order was reached out for assistance in recovering their comrades and helping see them to their resting place. So they just want help doing this. Whatever. We'll send him. Takes 3 turns. I don't know how long a turn is. Flesh construct? Fuck no. Dude. Curved spine, twist this woman, greasy hair draped over her. You must be visiting someone. A friendly visit. Do you know where I can find Alzo? Seeing him around today. Have you checked the laboratory? It shares walls with its office. He's been spending most of his time there. Cool. Means he's in here. There you are, you piece of shit. A round-faced, balding man turns for you, his upper lip pulled upward slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm about to smack the bitch out you. Elfmer told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. I need to know if you've seen any unusual behavior out of your patients. I heard you were demoted. How did it happen? Like access to the North Ward? Yeah. Well, Elfmer hasn't done much good for anybody since he moved his soul into an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let that sway me. If animancers are all followed by the commands of their leaders, where would we be? We would all be backward. Oh, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. We know nothing about life or death or even ourselves. We're lost in this darkness with no clues why. Our leaders guide us, and without them we risk losing our way. If this man would strike off his own, then let him fend for himself without the benefit of the sanitarium. Yeah, dude. You're gonna get the shit kicked out of you. By me. Or most likely the people with me. Or Space Pig. Space Pig's gonna kick all your asses. We were still in the dark. That they don't involve risking lives. Yeah, dude.
Are you from Rayed Ceres? Are you Widewin himself, risen to smite me for my heretical belief in learning who I am and why I exist? Please. You are afraid because men have taught you to be afraid. Because they were taught to be afraid. These things are only beyond our comprehension because of the fears of people like you. Who will solve Widewin's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Have you tried experimenting on other people? I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was close to one time in a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood the sacrifices would mean something. You're killing your patients. Like that in a sanitarium for the unbalanced. So this is a mental institution, like I thought, not just fucking animancers and shit. There actually are treating people here. In truth, I spent little time treating them since I have reduced my capacities. You might have luck with some of our more functional patients. They tend to congregate in the main area just past the entrance of the patient wards. I hear that smug weasel. Things went wrong. Everything, I don't know. I'll never know. Let me get into the North Ward. Patients are in isolation for a reason. I've seen your records. I know what you're doing with them. I've been given permission to conduct my investigations down there. You best cooperate. Yeah, bitch.
My answer is no. Whatever you're looking for, those patients will not be able to help you. The head warden will stand by me on this. Those are private. You have no right.
I have all right. Ball up and digs his teeth into his index finger. Gal skimming beneath a deep breath.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
To you. Farewell, bitch. Yay, I have access to the North Ward. I don't know what that means. Meh. What could possibly be in here? Alright, let's go back to the main room and walk around in here for a little bit. Patience. Patient, patient. Patient. Oh, there's a door right there. Flesh construct. Ooh, that's ominous. Okay, let's go in and close the door behind us. Sorry, Space Pig. Space Pig can open doors? Yo. Is this my face? Tell me. This is not my face. You sure about that? Whose face is this? Graham! Okay. a hunted animal, and as you approach, he staggers backwards to the far corner of the cell, appearing though he could climb the walls if you could get him further away from you. I need to ask you some questions. It's unclear whether he understands you or not, but his panic has momentarily subsided. He opens his mouth to speak, but the words come out are half-formed, and though his tongue were cut out. Great. Not in words, at least. This is monstrous. From you, I'm going to learn from you. Oh, God. With uncertainty, slowly, tentatively, he steps closer in front of his cell, and as he does so, for the first time, you can perceive his soul within your ken. Okay. It is misshapen as though maimed by some jagged instrument. A large expanse of it has been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance, as if you wanted to, you could look further into his soul. Sure. Let's read what little is left in this man's fucking body. You project into the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it, its confusion and fear becoming yours, whisk you in your deaths. You're in your cell, a key turns, a door opens and creaks on neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, and fearful. Standing before you is a rotund, balding man. His upper teeth and pointy nose remind you of a rat. He beckons, apologetic. You don't want to go, anything else. In your mind is a single word, and the word is no, but it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall corner, you cry out. In darkness, you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs, and the man walks in the room carrying a lit candle, a meager flame casting long shadows across the books and machinery. Strapped behind your arm and legs, cold metal circumscribes? The crown of your head is beneath your chests. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work, and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. He turns the knob, and you feel yourself begin to crack from within, and you feel the pieces of you torn away, like having your insides chewed by a horde of rats, and you're screaming a scream you can barely hear. What the fuck? Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. He's looking through a slit in your door, a flesh giant, an artificial being just outside but facing left, facing the end of the hall. The boy there. The boy looks at interested in the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed of snakeskin. The giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away, and leaves. What the fuck? So you're still wide-eyed, but somehow more present. He nods at you and then walks back to the end of his cell.
Hey.
What? You. That's my face. Why do you have my face? Okay. There's nobody here. Thunderling sky, the rain of blood, innocents must drown. Okay. Flames must be fed, watch them rise. Goddamn crazy people.
These poor people. This isn't the treatment that they were promised upstairs by the cushioned seats and lush carpets.
No,
Is
it is
that
not.
the cure for soul sickness? To be thrown into a cell and subjected to the whims of your captor?
Great advance here. I'm sure they know what they're doing. Must be mad as their patients. Moves into waste rolls. At least they serve some purpose. She's like the sanitarium would never survive. What did these patients do to warrant such conditions? When you come here to be cured for the ills, people would be otherwise cast aside. Here's the source of all that knowledge you were so giddy about. God damn, Kana. Yeah, you were so giddy about this shit. Yeah, this place sucks, man.
Yes?
Hey.
Nobody's in the corners. This is the last one. Use Grim. Pillowy adolescent boy stands in the center of a cell, gawkish, stooped-shouldered, and staring straight, an occasional blink of only a movement. It is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy eyes. Easily bypass. Yeah, let's reach for his soul now. You close your eyes and edge forward onto the boy's soul. As you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath, as you did in the caravan journey. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, but you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to react. You already feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You are standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the very far end of the ward, a door opens, revealing a flesh golem in a silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, stops the same time every time, of the misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is close, you coil yourself up, spring forward, passing out of the boy's body, as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you, collapsing on the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, the bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly you think to yourself, and quickly you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and contained in this new vessel, you are strong again. You step heavy-footed down corridors unheeded by the other constructs and scrutinized only by the wary, untrusty wise of the mad, coming into at last the office piled with books and scribbles papers of perverse implements of animancy. You set your oversized hands on the large machine, nests of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and you go to work, bending wires and unsettling alignments. Yo! The fucking... This kid is like sold to maybe a lead and key guy who's going around jumping into the flesh golems and fucking with shit? Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you in the tiers seat of an amphitheater. You're acting for a crowd, deliberately standing still, but there is no play. A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you into a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl, but this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike many others, and this one has no soul of its own. The man speaks, and the crowd applauds with enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. Bear witness as he pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow, but the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with radiant mist that he casts the entire theater aglow. He opens the valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along the length of copper wiring that runs a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. Okay, you feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, but you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and settings and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn, but you make it look like how people would expect it to look when the body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with scientist's concern. He looks back up at the crowd. Behold, he says, there is an obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly you take a plodding step forward, and then another, and then another. You look up at the man, giving him an eye of contact which no Hollowborn is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks as a volume meant for the crowd, and in this moment, on the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hand outstretched, but you run the other way, back towards the machine. With all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, streaking your head warm with blood. You drive your head down into the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panic screams from the crowd, and by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function and merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? So I'm having a hard time trying to figure out if this is the lead and key dude. Was the lead and key dude, but is he trying to act like an animal? It's like they keep saying like snake-like things about him, but I'm not sure if it's like an animal just trying to be fucking dickish or if it's the lead and key guys. Oh, you are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders. All lies upon that, the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you've seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Adra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. Oh, fuck. You are yanked suddenly back into reality once the catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising and calculating. There is no mistake now that the soul of the man who caused your awakening that gazes out from that borrowed husk, a watcher. Oh, this is the dude from the beginning! I mean, it's not him, it's that dude's soul is in this kid's body. You made me into a watcher. I need you to undo it. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. I'm not a watcher. Someone who will break those frail little legs of yours. Oh, not just a watcher. Yeah. That's so. He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and so it seems for the moment that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, but it seems to be to think of better what he would say. His jaw tightens. I know your look. You hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for beating. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backwards in a startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly he slumps forward. Whoa, shit! Oh, this is not good. Aw, damn it. Well, at least it paid for that one dude. Oh, fuck. Wait, is there another thing in here? Oh, right, yeah. That shit. Oh my god. I am just killing so many people. Oh. Oh no.
That looks like it.
Well then. That was great. I'm glad that happened. You got anything on you? No. So, Azo, or asshole, was not really bad. Oh man, I killed the one dude. I killed Animal Guy.
You're not... Get...
That sucked. So the one dude who was disgraced, he was not actually, it was not his fault. He was disgraced because someone fucked with his shit. I'm glad I walked around.
Hey. Of course.
Wicked? Oh, it's the kids. It's the feral children. Why would I expect feral children to have anything? Oh, God. Oh, my God. This place is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Lavaru, be on sea!
Everybody dead? Cool, because I'm pretty sure there's a pile of loot up here. Nope, nothing. Get up here. Let him in.
You're not getting through me.
Or go out there to fight him. Jeez. Ugh. Alright, you know what? I feel like this is going to be a lot more involved than a 5-minute killing spree. So why don't we pick this up next time on Pillars of Eternity? I'll see you guys then.